Warning: the following video contains explicit language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hello and welcome to this video. This is another adventure into Kingdom of Fear by Hunter S. Thompson. And we're going through this slowly but surely, doing a little bit at a time. And this is going to have some overlap with the last episode, just because I think it's going to work better in the long run. So let's get into this.
Weird behavior is natural in smart children, just as curiosity is to a kitten.
And I wholeheartedly agree with that.
I was no stranger to it myself, as a youth growing up in Kentucky. I had a keen appetite for adventure, which soon led me into a maze of complex behavioral experiments that my parents found hard to explain.
Yes, me and childhood friend, there are some parallels there with me coming up with ideas and Gary coming up with the ways to make the ideas work without us getting dead.
I was a popular boy with acceptable grades and a vaguely promising future, but I was cursed with a dark sense of humor that made many adults afraid of me.
Yeah, I'm an adult, and there are adults that are afraid of me because of my lifelong sense of humor. I have a very, very gallows sense of humor.
For reasons they couldn't quite put their fingers on. But I was a juvenile delinquent. I was Billy the Kid of Louisville. I was a criminal. I stole things, destroyed things, drank. That's all you have to do if you're a criminal.
Ditto.
In the 6th grade, I was voted head of the safety patrol. The kids who wear the badges and stop traffic during recesses and patrol. It was a very big position, and the principal hated that I was voted to it. She said, "This is horrible. We can't have Hunter doing anything. He's a little Hitler."
Now, I had a coworker when I worked at TDC, a good friend of mine to this day. Jared was accused of being a little Hitler by an assistant warden once. That was amusing as hell, but yeah. It's just things like that are amusing, how there are parallels, that everyone has this potentiality of being, having these outlets and these side quests, I guess you call it.
I wasn't sure what that meant, but I think it meant I had a natural sway over many students, and that I should probably be lobotomized for the good of the society.
I have had supervisors when I worked TDC straight up tell me that in almost those exact words.
I always figured I would live on the margins of society, part of a very small outlaw segment. I've never been approved by any majority. Most people assume it's difficult to live this way, and they're right. They're still trying to lock me up all the time.
Hunter Thompson is very, very correct on that. It is hard. Having lived most of my life on the fringes of society, it's that whole thing. Is it worth it? Yes, very much so. Asking my friends that have known me will tell you I am a strange and weird dude. But then again, growing up, Hunter S. Thompson, Frank Zappa, kind of heroes of mine. So, then you throw in a lot of the anti-societal stuff by Heinlein and Philip K. Dick, and that just breeds people like me, and we need people like me in the society. It keeps everyone honest in the long run.
I've been very careful about urging people who cannot live outside the law to throw off the traces and run amok. Some are not made for the outlaw life.
Actually, very, very few are made for that type of life.
The only things I've ever been arrested for, it turns out, are things I didn't do. All the crimes I really committed were things that were usually an accident. Every time they got me, I happened to be in the wrong place and too enthusiastic.
I know that. I have that same problem to this day. Like I said, Hunter S. Thompson is just one of those people. I was in 5th grade, 6th grade maybe, somewhere between the 4th and 7th grade when I first read Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. And my initial thought was, well, it worked for him. But, reading Hunter S. Thompson, I have a feeling, depending on how the election goes in November, it may be, I may be going to prison just simply for owning his books. So, it is what it is. We'll find out.
It was just the general feeling that I shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. It may be that every culture needs an outlaw god of some kind, and maybe this time around I'm it. Who knows?
I know growing up for me that Hunter S. Thompson was basically my outlaw god, so, it is what it is, man.
I haven't studied it, but the idea just came to me in a flash as I read Peter Whitmer's article about me in the January-February 1984 Saturday Review. I think of Lono, Robin Hood, and Bacchus, and the Greeks with their fat young boys, and the Irish with their frantic drunken worship of doomed heroes. Jesus! I'll bet that even the Swedes have some kind of outlaw god. But there is no mention of good outlaws in the Holy Bible, I think. Mainly because of the church and all its spin-offs that believe in total punishment for all sinners. The Bible makes no exceptions for good-hearted social outlaws.
Which is its downfall, in my opinion. I mean, don't crucify me. So, it's... Yeah, the Bible, especially as it stands in its modern form today, is very, very black and white with no, if any, gray area. Which, that is the benefit of the church. They get to dictate how to interpret it. They get to dictate what's written in it, and they get to tell you how to think, what you think about it. So I imagine if you go back far enough, maybe even get access to the archives under the Vatican, you might find more Robin Hood characters in the Bible. You never know. It's just one of those things.
They're all cast into the lake of fire. Punishment. Fuck those people.
Or as George Carlin would in one of his stand-ups says, he throws you in this lake of fire, but he loves you.
Pause for interruption. Sorry. That was a call from Newsweek in New York, asking what I thought about the shocking Mutombo Van Horn trade today. A major shift in the power balance of the NBA East that I was only vaguely aware of. It meant that the 76ers would be rid of that flashy albino pussy who always failed in the clutch. It made perfect sense to me.
See, this I don't have a whole lot to say on because I'm not a sports fan. I don't hate sports. I just don't go out of my way to watch sports or stay up on who's who, who's playing what. Just 25 years as a prison guard and watching people get their heads damn near cut off their shoulders over betting on sporting events. Yeah, it just kind of sours you on the whole sports thing. Either that or it makes you really, really dedicated hardcore fan. It's just weird. You find very few prison guards that aren't either like me, that just don't really care, or that are hardcore fans. You find very few kind of in the middle, if any.
And that is why I picked up the telephone. What the hell, I thought. People ask me these questions because they know I am a famous sports writer. The trade is meaningless, I said. It is like trading a used mattress for a $300 bill. And that was that, apparently. The writer was suddenly called away from his desk and hung up on me. So what, I thought. I didn't want to talk to him anyway. I had serious work to do, and Anita was getting hungry. It was time for another road trip.
And we're going to leave this here and continue later. Hope everyone is doing good. Hope everyone's having fun. And until next time, be a good human. Be good to other humans. Peace.